Hello, hello. My name is Jani. Welcome to my channel. This is a cross stitch channel where we talk about cross stitch and projects and fabrics and flosses, and mainly cross stitch. and we share our love for this wonderful hobby. So this week I want to share with you some of the progress in my projects. I have been working in two projects that I start um, this year, and I also start a new one because you know me. I love to start new projects and try to enjoy this journey. So if you're new to this channel, please feel welcome. I hope you like all this content, and I hope you have a great time. I am a Mexican stitcher, and I love to share my love for cross stitch. And if you are already a subscriber, a friend, thank you again for being here with me to share with me this love for cross stitch and enjoy this chronicle of our projects and adventures. So yeah, let's see what I have. Um, I have a little mess because I record videos in English and in Spanish. Of course, English is not my language, so I always struggle a little bit. But I try to. With everything that got lost in translation, I try to communicate my main focus, which is cross stitch. So hopefully I can make myself clear about that. So yeah, and because I usually record in Spanish, and then I record basically the same content in English. I When I finish my first video, I have a little mess. So instead of getting ready again, I I put everything not so in the right order. But yeah. I've been stitching two projects that I start this year. One, it's a Mirabilia because I love Mirabilias. And I also love um, samplers, and I love chat lines. I love cross stitch. So yeah. Well, there are some projects or some designs that I really don't know how to do it. I'm talking about full coverage pieces, heaven and earth. I really, really love some of the projects, some of the designs, but I'm not capable of of doing this type of design. I don't know that is because I stitch on hand with the sewing method, and I don't know, perhaps I need to learn the parking method. I try, but my mind doesn't work like that. So I also try cross country method, where you start a color and you go with that color. But again, I don't know, I find it so hard for me to stitch full coverage projects. And I have a few patterns with the flosses and the fabric, and I start them over and over, and I really can't. And I really want to, at least one of them. I love it, and I wish I could stitch it. But no, I'm not there. I am not in that point of my life as a cross stitcher where I can stitch a full coverage piece. But yeah, I not really worry much about it. I know if I'm destined to stitch a full coverage, I will do it. But in the meanwhile, I keep stitching what I love. So um, Mirabilias is one of my favorite design. Um, so I'm stitching these mermaids, so pretty. These are Twisted Mermaids by Nora Corbett, and I am using rayon flosses, which are these lovely and shiny colors. I love them so much. They look so pretty. And I'm doing a skin conversion, to make my mermaid's darker skin. And this is my progress so far. Not as much as I wanted, but I'm stitching in other projects. So yeah, I love it. I'm using a fabric that I dyed. It's a local fabric because I like to use the materials that I have, in hand or close to me, and cheaper. So I dyed this fabric originally for another Mirabilia for Princess Eliana, which I'm going to stitch it like this. But then I finished my Eliana as a Katrina, so, and I use a different fabric. So this is the project so far. I am loving this design. The the part of the hair is so beautiful, and it looks like the ocean, the waves of the ocean crashing against a rock or something. It's so cool. I love it. I love it. And you can see the different skin color, a darker one. So yeah, I'm really enjoying this project. And because I'm stitching with one thread of rayon floss, and it's thicker than DMC, the coverage, it's really full. The crosses are looking like little dots, and I love it. I usually like my crosses thinner, where you can see the shape of the cross, but in this case, I love it, and I haven't had any problems with the rayon and the fabric. This is almost a 38 count fabric after the dye process, and it's not an even fabric, so it's like a 38 by 36 or 39 by 37. So yeah, but I love it. I love it. The mermaids are looking so nice, and I got the hair. I haven't finished the hair part, but I'm going to continue on the tails. So yeah, I finished this like bra part, and I am leaving the beads to the end, because because I'm changing the colors, so I'm not going to use the original beading colors. So I need to finish all the stitching part and choose the beads that I'm going to use here. I usually use local beads that I got here in my city, really cheap beads. They are really nice, and I try to find the smaller one. So yeah, I probably will be using different colors from the original according to the conversion that I'm doing with my colors. So yeah, that's my report, my progress report on the Twisted Mermaids. And I'm also working on the lovely sampler from this magazine. This is a French magazine, and it was a gift from a dear friend from Spain. So it was originally not my style, but I fell in love with this sampler and the doll here. So yeah, I decided to start this project because of the doll. And I finished first the roses, and I love them so much. Let me show you the project. And I'm using also here a conversion, using silks and DMC and flosses that I dyed. So you can see here the roses look so pretty. This is a Lugana 32 that I coffee dyed. And this week I finished the doll finally. It's stitched 1/1, and I love her so much. She's so cute, and I will insert a picture where you can see better the detail of this lovely doll. I love it. I love it. Um, I'm going to finish this border, this like change border, and continue with the letters. But yeah, it's so vintage and so pretty, and I love it. I love it. The colors are a conversion that I'm using with silks and some flosses that I dyed, and it gives a different color from from the original, but you know, I guess it keeps the same vintage vibe. I hope, and I love it. So, yeah, and because I received some purchases that I did last year with some patterns, I one of the patterns that I received is this one from the Scarlet House, is Smith sampler. This is a sampler that I love it since, you know, I saw it many times on Instagram, and I fell in love with it. And because you can have, you know, Scarlet House patterns as PDF, I have to wait, you know, to buy the pattern, and you know, spend uh, more money and have to wait a longer time. And but that's okay. Well, not really okay, but if I can get all the patterns that I wanted as PDF, I will start even more projects that I already have. So, uh, you know, it's for my own good, I guess. But no, hopefully all designers have these projects available as PDF. We have talked about this, or I have talked about this many times, how it's so beneficial for us Latin American stitchers and Hispanic stitchers to have this project as PDF versions. But yeah, we are getting there. We are getting there. So I'm looking for the flosses. Oh yeah, wait a minute. I am using also a conversion for this project. These are silks, DMC and CXC flosses, so really beautiful colors. And I decided to use a fabric that I dye, and I'm going to show you more of my dyed fabric. But it's always so hard to, you know, to show the real colors of a dyed fabric. So yeah, this is the fabric that I'm using for the Smith sampler, and this is my little start. And I just start this to check if the size of the fabric will be enough. Of course, you don't have to start a project to check if the fabric will be enough, but I have to do it. So yeah, this is my start. I love it. I love it so much. I love the fabric. I love the design. I love the colors. So yeah, I'm really happy of this new project. Um, I will try to finish the mermaids or the rose sampler, and then focus on this Smith sampler, and of course start something new because why not? I was watching today a video from Darcy Cameron, and he was talking about, you know, the joy of stitching what you want, and don't feel bad for the projects that you left, you know, without finish, because you start to enjoy more another project. So he was talking about that, and he even came out with a hashtag. So I will let the hashtag here with the picture of Darcy and Chris. So it was really funny, and yeah. Nobody like Darcy to make you start your day with a laugh and a good vibe. So yeah, thank you, both Darcy and Chris. and Jacob and Melissa and everybody. So I dyed some fabric, and I will let a video where I, record the process of my hand dyed of the fabric. And I always try to experiment and change a few things and adding more color, or having fun also dyeing my fabric. So let me put here the clip of the process.
Okay, so I decided to dye these Luganas and Lugana 32 and Linen 36. So this first piece is a Lugana 32, and the idea was to create darker border all around the fabric and leaving the center lighter. So I start adding spots to the fabric, um, uh, and create this effect. Because it's a Lugana usually takes the dyes really lightly. So I repeat this process of, adding color to the border, and then see how the fabric was looking, and added more color to the fabric. And yeah, it was like a 3 or 4 times checking the fabric and adding more color. And yeah, that was the idea. I use a toothbrush and spoons, and just trying to have fun and creating this darker border. I will try this process with the a linen or an Aida next time, because those fabrics take the dye better. Because I love the result with this one, but it was lighter than I expect. But yeah, I really like it how it came out. So, and I'm loving right now the Lugana 32. So yeah, you can see here a kind of a close up of the fabric, and I really like it. This second one, I try to repeat the same process, adding drops of color, but not just in the border, but in all the fabric. And I start with blue and lilac color, like a lavender, and then adding a little green. And I start adding more color, and finish with a kind of gray color, purplish, gray, bluish color. So yeah, I really like the effect of the in the final fabric, in the final result. But yeah, it was, I start with one idea and finish with something sometimes different, but equally lovely. So this is the result. For this fabric, again, it's a Lugana, and I have already dyed this fabric with coffee and tea, and I decided to add red and brown and pink, but I got scared at the middle of the process, and it looks like an episode of true crime. Sorry for the noises. And and I decided to wash the fabric almost immediately. So I finished with this pinkish color. I really like it, but it was not as dark as initially. And then I decided to stop playing around and making a more usable fabric. So I decided to add a green and brownish color to create, a very classical sampler fabric. This is the linen 36, the only linen that I dyed. And yeah, I love it, the result, because it's a very usable fabric for samplers, and I love it. I love how it looks. And finally, with this piece of Lugana, I added all the rest of the dyes that I have, purple and blue and pink and green. So I ended up with a really colorful piece of fabric. The colors were so subtle and nice. And yeah, I really love the final result. It's a Lugana in this case, because I was speaking in Spanish and referring to the fabric as an Aida, but no, it's a Lugana, and I love the final result. So that was my hand dye fabrics of the
So
week.
yeah, here are the fabrics. Again, they don't look, quite the same in the video, but this is a piece of Lugana 32. Love the colors, gray and lavender and green and a little blue. It looks so pretty. And the modeling, it's so nice. I love it. I love it. I don't know what I'm going to stitch on it, but I love the fabric, so that's a good start. This is another fabric that I dye with red and pink, but I really wash this fabric really quick and didn't let the dyes work, so it's very light, but I like it. It's like a nice pinkish corally color. Really, really love it. And this one was the one that I put the darker border. So you can really see on the video, but it's so lovely. And this one, it's also 32 Lugana, and this is the classic fabric that we usually got when we bought hand dye fabrics, the purplish, pinkish, green fabric, really cute, really pretty. And finally, I dyed a more classic samplery fabric. This is a linen 36. So yeah, this is more appropriate for samplers, and I love it. Really nice. So itchy nose. So yeah, I love to create my own stash. So yeah, and that's it. That's my report for today, for my stitchy week. Hoping you have a great weekend and a great week. I just got my booster, the vaccine, so I feel a little under the weather a couple of days, but I'm better now, and I'm so happy that I got the vaccine, the booster. So yeah, please go, and if you have the chance, please go and got your vaccine. So yeah, that's my report for this week. Hope you have a great weekend, stitchy weekend, and a great week. Take care of yourself, take care of your family, stitch a lot. Please subscribe, put the little bell. If you want to buy me a cup of coffee, you can also buy me a cup of coffee for coffee or for getting new patterns. It's always nice to receive your support and your help. So yeah, I will see you on my next video, and until that, take care of yourself. Bye bye.